Is the Thing with your host, Judy Sleed. Special guest, Gerry Mooney. And now here's Judy.
Hello everyone to the Play is the Thing. And first and foremost, I would like to thank my underwriters, the pizza place here in Wainscott on Main Street, and the seafood shop. They have delicious food, and in the seafood shop, if you don't want to cook, whatever you buy, they're going to cook it for you. And the pizza place is really the best pizza in all of New York State. And I would like to welcome Gerry Mooney, my friend.
Hi, Judy.
Who was gracious to come and adorn our stage.
My pleasure. My pleasure to be here.
And you are a very interesting person. You are so talented. You sing and you dance, you tell jokes, you run around, do this and that. And it's very hard to get a hold of you.
I work at that.
You work. What is your favorite job that you do?
Coming on this show
Oh,
is
really?
the best thing that's happened to me this year.
And how many times have you been in this studio on different shows?
I don't know, maybe a dozen over the last 15 years.
Oh, so by now people recognize you.
I hope not, but maybe.
They're going to ask you for an autograph.
I don't think so.
You're going to be very famous around here.
Infamous, maybe not famous, but yeah.
Well, you know that this tape will go all over New York?
Oh, is that right?
Yes, it's going to go.
Riverhead too?
Riverhead. This goes to Riverhead.
Does the Sag Harbor crowd get this tape now?
I really don't understand. I think
For
I
years they
always
weren't
say
getting it.
that Sag Harbor is like a gray area.
Right.
I don't know if they get it, but they get the channel from Riverhead.
Oh, they do? Also, they get it that way?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and over here on the East End, as we call it, this show airs 3 times a week. On Monday night at 8:30, Thursday afternoon at 3, and Saturday afternoon at 1:30. And on Riverhead, they air me from Riverhead. They air me at 1:30 on
Right.
Saturdays, and then I will get this tape to Manhattan Cable also.
Great.
So people who are looking for talents, they're just gonna watch this show because I have so many interesting people.
Great.
And you never know, they're gonna call you for maybe a voiceover.
Monster movie?
A monster
Never
movie.
know.
A voiceover or tap dancing. I love the way you tap dance. Where did you learn to tap dance?
My father would chase me around the house with a stick. You know, so I had to move pretty fast. But when is your next play coming up?
My next play, well, I'm trying to get people interested, so it's very difficult to put on a play without paying actors.
Right.
And
But the last one went well?
yes, I mean, you liked it.
Oh, great. I loved it.
You liked it.
I loved it.
Yes, well, I'm working on it.
Are people doing readings now?
No, I
Not yet.
haven't. This is my time. I'm devoting my time to this television show.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot of work calling up people and
Right.
arranging for guests to come and arranging for my
Staff?
staff. And as a matter of fact, Michael is a new member, and I would like to introduce him.
Great.
He is, yeah, would you come here? This is Gerry,
Hi, Michael. How are you?
and
Nice
this
to meet
is
you.
Michael, and he's very interesting. He's very talented.
I can see that.
He's a good student, right? And he plays the piano,
Oh, great.
and now he's helping his father build a house. Yes. Okay, so this
Great.
is Mike, and I wanted to get you on the camera for a long time. Thank you so much. I have another Michael here, and but he seems to be a little bit camera shy.
Oh, behind camera one, you mean?
Is that, yeah, camera one, yes.
He's a very, very funny guy.
Very funny guy. You know him?
No,
You know him.
but I just heard about him.
So I wanted to ask you about what you think about theater in the Hamptons.
It's a good idea. I hope it starts soon.
Well, we have Guildhall,
Right.
we have Bay Street. Have you seen any
Well,
shows?
what's great
there?
about them is now they're finally accessible, so that's good. So everybody can go in and out. It took us years to make every place accessible. So that was a big thing. I was part of that. That was the most thing I was part of the theaters with the disabilities group and making them accessible. That was a big deal. And so our East End Disabilities Group was responsible for a lot of that. In fact, Sag Harbor, just to mention, is like one of the worst places for accessibility. Did you ever see how high those steps are going into those stores there?
Yes.
You know, it's just awful. And, but yeah, I mean, I go to stuff at Guildhall. I haven't been to Bay Street in a long time.
There is a good play now called Pippin. I tell everybody that my favorite star is in that show.
Who?
And everybody says, who is that? It's Raphael Odell Shapiro.
Oh,
He's a 14-year-old kid whom I've seen in so many productions, and he's so talented. And
Really?
now he got a part in a real production.
beautiful.
So I'm going to make an effort to go see that.
There's
And
live theater tonight going on in
Where?
Watermill.
yes, what's
Yeah.
happening?
There's going to be a live presentation of a demonstration in support of that woman down in Crawford, Texas, who's demanding a personal meeting with President Bush because her son died.
Yes, I heard about that.
So this is going on in Watermill tonight at 7:30, right outside of the Spirituality Center.
Yes.
They're on the big
Villa
green
Maria.
there. Yeah, Villa Maria, right outside that, on the green there. So there's people from all over are coming together in support of her and of all of the moms and people who have lost people down there in that
And where is
insane,
she from?
crazy war.
Oh, you said Texas?
You know,
She's-
I don't know where she's from, actually. I should know where she's from, but I don't. And, but I think it's interesting how one person has really, you know, ignited the movement again, the anti-war movement, and people are just saying, you know, this is just insane, this is crazy, that we can't work out a political situation here, or political solution in some way, and that the troops being there and us being there is not helping at all. So anyway, that theater is going on tonight with the East End Veterans Association and peace groups and just general supporters of this woman who's, you know, just obviously just so distraught.
Well, she
and
took it
so-
upon herself that
Yeah.
she believes in this cause, and she's taking it a step further.
Yeah, and she
which is
touched a
good.
lot of people for it, yeah.
Yes, and I'm sure she has a lot of following.
Yeah, and she didn't do it for any reason like that at all. I think this was just her own
Feeling.
feeling, her own justified anger. of
She
saying,
wants
"I
to be
wanna
heard."
know." Yeah, and what's the story here? Why are young people being sent off there? So,
And
but you and me agree that war is insane. We've talked about this many times, and the
It is.
insanity of war, that leaders of countries and people can't get together and solve problems, solve situations. And I know.
it's like somebody would ask, who's man's greatest enemy,
Man,
right?
yeah, sure,
So true.
yeah.
And I was, last Sunday was it, or Saturday, I went to a craft fair in Ashwick Hall.
Oh yeah, I was there, the fisherman's thing.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to come to relieve me, and it was so hot. I think I lost 10 pounds perspiring.
You look great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I sold
I've
a
never
lot of
seen
tickets.
you look so good. You look better than when I saw you 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you
I wouldn't
know,
just say that.
it's a secret. I get younger every year. Other people get older. I get younger.
Well, everybody knows that too. I mean, that's why they want to hang out with you.
Yes.
I think you might be catching, you know.
Yes.
No, but seriously, you do look great. And probably the work that you do keeps you young. inspired.
Yes, I keep very busy.
Right. You do keep busy. yeah.
I'm so busy that I could use a secretary or an agent or something to keep, because there's just so much. I
Right.
can't keep track of all the things that I do. And then sometimes I forget some things.
Well, come down to the office and hang out with us. We forget everything.
And So would you say that you have like a favorite, what shall I say, a favorite actor?
Favorite actor of all time?
Okay, this is a big question. I know it's hard.
I don't know. I grew up kind of, you know, in the Marlon Brando, who else? You know, Humphrey Bogart.
Yes.
You know, these are the movies that I saw, even Jimmy Cagney and stuff when I grew up. And, you know, later on it was, you know, Paul Newman. But, I mean, there was so many great actors, you know, Cary Grant, Gary Cooper, Jimmy Stewart, you know, all of this crowd. But Anthony Quinn. So I was very fortunate. I mean, the movies that I grew up with, it seemed like it wasn't as much action and sex, so there was much more emphasis put on dialogue. And it seemed, when you think of the, you know, the movies, the scripts were great. So I mean, that's how I remember, you know, whether it was On the Waterfront or All About Eve or any of them, you know, just fantastic stuff. I'm kind of an old movie buff.
Yes,
Old-time
and
movies I like. I just saw Elmer Gantry recently with Burt Lancaster. He's one of my favorite. I think Burt Lancaster, I would say, is my favorite.
Well, after mentioning all those names.
I know, but I thought about it, and I've come up with Burt, and that's it.
Great. Okay, we're going to write that down. His favorite actor is Burt Lancaster.
Burt Lancaster.
And
my famous female actress is, I like Jane Fonda. And I always like the name Gina Lola Brigida. Just love that name.
Yes.
But I guess Italian movies always struck me when I was like in high school and college. I loved Anna Magnani. Anna Magnani, I thought was great.
Yes.
And let me see. Well, again, I keep falling back to the old ones, the Betty Davis and you know, Barbara
So
Stanwyck
that means
and stuff.
you're not, you don't
I'm
see
not
any
hip.
current movies.
I do see current movies, but I don't think they hold up a lot of them. I mean, the one I do love is, I did see That $1 Million Baby. And her name is, what is her name?
She won the
She's
award.
Great. Yeah, she's
She
fantastic.
won the award.
Oh, this is awful. I can't think of her name. But anyway, she was wonderful. I do think she's great. And I do like this woman, Kate Blanchett. I've seen her in many things. And
So do you ever get to the city to see?
I do, not to see a show, but to visit friends.
Really? How do
Yeah.
you get there?
I take the jitney in a lot of times.
Yeah.
And if I'm going to party, I take the jitney, otherwise I drive.
It's hard to park in the city.
It is hard to park, yeah. You got to sort of bite the bullet and say you have to pay the fee. But yeah, I still have a lot of friends in the city. I love the city. I love going in there. How about you? Do you like
No, I don't.
it? You don't go in?
No, I only go when I really have to. I love it out here. I just love it out here, and I don't need to go to the city.
You're living in vacation land.
Yes.
Why go anywhere? Yeah.
I was going to ask you about the situation here in Hampton. I mean, during the summer, it is just so crowded.
Right.
Do you like it when it's so crowded?
I grew up in the Bronx.
It doesn't bother you?
It's not a big deal to me, yeah.
No.
I've never, you know, been one that just appreciates the beauty of and stuff. I mean, it's always been the people to me, not the place.
The
So,
people, yeah. Well,
yeah.
do you like the summer?
I've met some good people out here, and I never got into noticing people as I'm driving. Constantly, people are saying to me, "I waved to you, you didn't wave back to me."
It's the same thing with me.
I never got that. You know, like I should be looking at somebody, see who's coming the other way or something.
Yeah, people said, "Oh, I saw you here and there." I
Right.
said, "Well, yes, I don't recognize that either because I'm just looking ahead." I mean,
A friend of
so
mine
that-
said he was going to put a hand on his steering wheel so he could like wave to everybody. This is going by, but yeah, no. So it's the people out here. I met some good people. I met some good people in disabilities and to affordable housing, and yeah, I met some good friends. So I've been very lucky that way. Yeah.
So do you think that this affordable housing is getting better?
No, it's not getting better. No.
People don't want to build more affordable.
The political will isn't there. No.
What a
And
shame.
yeah, well, it just, you know, I think the political will there is for open space, the political will is there for other things, but they're not into like really saying we have to have housing for the working class. We have to have housing for the people that provide the services in this town. So the leadership is not there. People are always worried about getting elected and who they're going to offend, you know, and where they're going to put this affordable housing and that kind of stuff.
There's so much space out
You know.
here.
Right, but they also want to put everything, like, for example, on Accabonac Road. You know, they're not going to build affordable housing on Further Lane or something. You know, which is just so crazy. You have all these super educated, sensitive, goodwill people, but they don't want anybody of lower income living near them. You know.
But there's so many other places because I drive around a lot and I look to my right and left, there's nothing but trees.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh, some houses could be going up here.
Sure. Yeah, I think people just, you hate to say it, but it's sort of the old, you know, what was that famous saying that you have to, you know, in agitating, you have to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. You kind of like really got to go after people a little to make them realize what the problems are. So, you know, and so you get forced into doing stuff, you know, pushing the issues and having demonstrations and stuff, but affordable housing is just, it's like a human right, and we just avoid it, I think. I think those of us that live in it are very fortunate, and, you know, we just got to fight for more of it, that's all. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
So a lot of people don't know about the windmill housing
No.
development.
I think if you walk down Main Street, like I said, on Sunday or any weekend, people wouldn't even know there was affordable housing in East Hampton. It's such a small percentage. They don't even know it exists, and people should be very proud of it. And anybody who wants to build affordable housing, I mean, there should be more funds in the town for it. And, but they've seen this coming. I mean, you know, for years we knew it was happening, that real estate prices are going to go through the roof. People are going to be priced out. You start losing the whole next generation. People that have lived here for years can't afford to live here. So, and this has happened in towns all along. So it's, I think the planning and the, like I said, it depends on who's affected by it. And the sad thing is that a lot of poor people, a lot of people, you know, in the lower economic strata, don't vote or don't have a lot of political power. So they don't give a lot of contributions to people. So I don't think they're asked a lot what they think either. So it's not just a matter of numbers. They're saying, you know, who votes over there, or, you know, how many seniors vote, or how many, you know, how many families, or how many Hispanics and blacks or poor whites vote, that kind of thing. You know.
Not enough people.
So that's what we have to do. We have to
participating.
organize that and get more of a voting bloc. And I think if we could organize just the working class out here, just as far as voting in a stronger bloc, especially among the Hispanics, it'll be a big plus to try to push some more affordable housing.
Okay, well, you seem to be, you seem to know a lot about this, and you're very active in some of these things, I think.
Some of it, yeah. Well, you are too. You are too.
Yes.
And,
Yes, we do things that we live in the same place.
we live at the same address,
Yes.
207 Accabonac. Yeah.
Yes, well, not very few people know that.
It's been there since 1987, yeah. It's provided you know,
Wow.
good housing for 40 families, and my family too, so it was 41.
So I would like to know if, how about plays, I mean entertainment. Do you think people would like to see, like you, something, a play that has been already established, or you already heard about it, or something new?
Something new.
You would like to see something new?
Yeah, sure.
So you think,
Something that Judy Sleed did. That's what I want to see. A new play by Judy Sleed.
Yes, I would like to see that too.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work.
Author. We could call you up.
It would, it's a lot of work to put a new play
Yeah, I bet.
on stage. It's a
But
lot
that
of-
was great. I love the one you did. Fantastic. All about the garment district.
Oh, yeah, the current, yeah, that was one of them, yes.
Yeah.
And,
So the new one, are you working on one now?
well,
Have any ideas?
I am trying to work on my life story.
Oh,
For the longest time,
takes a long time to work on that story.
yes, it's not only that, but it's very difficult to structure it. I don't know, because if I would start at the very beginning, like I was born, nobody would buy it because...
Start with your first boyfriend.
Well, well, anyway, when I start anywhere
chapter
from
for each
the
one.
middle, then I have to go back to the beginning. And but anyway, I hear that there's going to be a discussion, a class, or whatever you want to call it, about writing, creative writing, at Windmill.
Great.
Kathy told me.
Uh-huh.
So because I have loads and loads of pages. So I'm
Right.
just going to say, here it is, now tell me
Right.
where the beginning should be.
Well, we have a lot of talented people at Windmill. You know, Carol Sherman, you
Yes.
know, and Alan Plants, and Bill Hoffman, a lot of artists and writers, and
Yes, I met most of them,
yeah.
yes.
So,
And I hear that Alan Plants is going to give a class on poetry writing.
yep. it's gonna give a
Poetry. I have a
class
whole
on-
bunch of poetry too.
And Bill Negrone is our...
Oh, he's an
in-
artist, he
oh,
draws,
great,
yes.
yeah, excellent, yeah,
Yeah, a lot of talented people.
right. And all those that I forgot and left out, I don't want to...
Yes.
I don't want to get beat up when I go back.
Right, well, I'm very bad at names. I can't remember names, I remember faces.
Say you, hey you, come here. You're invited.
And we have a lot of nice parties there.
At Windmill?
Yes,
I know, yeah, and we're going to have a cabaret nights coming up. Carol Sherman's going to be doing cabaret night with the South Fork Players. They're going to be doing their...
yes, she had one last
Yeah,
year.
it's great, yeah, it was good.
But from the
Why don't you put a
Southampton
small
Cal-
play on at Windmill? You could do that.
I could,
Yeah, at
Yeah.
Windmill too. You have the big community room there. That would go over well.
yes, we have to work on that.
Put on Streetcar Named Desire.
Christine, who left, who does the camera, she would love
Mm.
Streetcar Named Desire. We had a class going, she and I, acting class. And I think it was from that she made us read. But I'm not into serious plays. I like
Comedy?
comedy,
Yeah.
light stuff.
Sure. Life is serious enough. Who wants to go see serious?
Yes.
It's bad enough living it.
What I'm going to do at Windmill is do a children's play.
Oh, nice.
I started working on that with Casey and
Sure.
now with Kathy.
Great.
And we're going to invite the residents' grandchildren to participate in the play.
Great.
And then we're going to put it on, and then we're going to sell tickets. And I'm really excited about that.
$500 a ticket.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's all going to be donated to Windmill so we could build a swimming pool there.
All right. A year-round swimming pool.
Yes,
That'd be nice.
very nice.
Yeah, some senior center places have them. I mean, it's a health thing. It's great for health. You go out
It is
swimming and
health.
stuff. Yeah, it'd be
Yes.
wonderful to have one.
You
In fact,
you-
I hear they're selling the 3 acres right next to us on the other side of the parking lot. That's up for sale now.
oh, we're going to buy it?
Well, we can't buy it, but maybe the town will buy it and give it to us. We
Oh,
can put a
that's
swimming pool there.
Yes,
That'd be nice.
wonderful.
Yeah. It's affordable housing and swimming pools. I like it.
So do you ever...
Everybody else has a swimming pool out here.
Somebody else?
I said everybody else seems like. yeah.
Everybody, yes, but not us.
No,
We just,
Not fair.
No. That's what you
Unfair
need
to
to
local
do.
12.
You have to put in a complaint box. Do you ever think about putting a complaint box?
I think about it, but then that thought goes right out of my mind. I have one in my own house, and Debbie puts in complaints all the time.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough. You don't want to hear any more complaints.
I just want to hear happy things in life.
Do you do anything like writing? Did you ever try, or did you ever do any writing, like a poem or a book?
Not much,
or
no.
a story?
I write some letters to the Star every now and then. I write
Well,
my,
that's something.
yeah,
That's
I like
writing.
to write them, and try to get my thoughts together on that. I've always usually finish it off when I'm drinking some scotch, and then I send it in, because if I read it the next day, I won't send it.
And what about, because I see that you are very funny, you dance, and then all of a sudden you break into a dance or you sing. Did you ever do anything like that?
Class clown kind of
Did
thing.
you?
Well, I think, I was in one of this kind of very conservative, strict boys' high school. And actually it's called an institute, All Hallows Institute. And it was these Irish Christian brothers, and they kind of, all the parents sent their kids there to get them disciplined. They were supposed to be smart kids who didn't want to work. And so they basically stuck a bunch of wise guys all together, and we became worse at what we were already doing. So I think that's where it comes from, But my dad loved to sing, so he sang a lot at bars and places. He was a great singer, good second tenor. He had a
Well,
wonderful
what I'm
voice.
going to do, when I'm going to stage my play, I'm going to recruit you as one of the
I
actors.
would love to, yeah. I'd love to try out.
Yes.
Once a ham, always a ham.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're a great.
Great ham. Are you going to be in
Well-
the play this time yourself?
To be in it?
Yeah.
No, I don't
Just
think
the writer,
so.
just the writer.
Just to write it. Well, is there anything you wanted us to know that I didn't cover?
How is your children's book going? Do you still have that out in the open market?
Yes, I mean, I would like somebody to pick it up and publish it. I'm looking for a publisher.
Okay, great.
So would you believe half hour is up?
Time flies when you have a good
And
time.
I want to thank you again for
Thank you, Judy.
coming, and the seafood place and the pizza place. And for underwriters, I want
Sure.
to thank them. And another half hour. Isn't that a pretty song?
It's a beautiful song.
In Paris, love me in London, love me around the world, love me, and if by chance someday we're not together on earth, I know we'll be together in heaven. No matter where